session, as was on the information we shared earlier, we are going to be working on opacity from try-hacking. Um, so this is opacity, and I mean, this, yeah, that is just the try-hacking interface. And then I've started the machine. I think I started around 7. So we have the IP address here. Without wasting much time, I'd like us to continue. So now we have our IP address, and then what what I normally do first is to run an nmap scan on the target IP. So I run an nmap scan using this flags, this one to get run most of the scripts, get some versions on the services that are running. Then I like to save my scans. Okay. So like this, and then it will run our nmap to on the target IP address, and we can get some open ports and services on the machine for us. But then it's already run, so I can just display it for you here by getting the nmap results. Can you see from my terminal, or should I increase the size? Is the font
Yeah,
size okay?
yes, to me.
All right. So yep. So viewing from this side, I realized there's port 22 SSH. There is port 80, which is the web um, ports for the web. Um, then there is 139, there's 445, and then there are other stuffs here that was retrieved because of the SC tag that was inserted into the script here. All right, that is why we have this additional information here. Now, we wouldn't want to try SSH first because SSH you need credentials, and we just started the machine and we just done a first scan, that is an nmap scan, and then yeah, we don't have any credentials, so we are not going to start with SSH first. Can try looking at best ones, NetBIOS, enumeration and stuff. Or better still, since there is SMB here, you can run the SMB client to see if you are going to get some shares. See if you are going to get some shares, and then if you do, you can use the information you get to just continue with whatever you want to do. Notice that we're going to start with the web interface, and then if you don't get anything from the web interface, you can come here and see whatever you have. So because it's run on a default port, which is 80, we are just going to go to our browser. Then I'm going to paste the IP address right here, like this, and then I hit enter. Yeah. So it opens for us. Now, my Firefox wasn't working, so it wasn't allowing me to log into the TryHackness dashboard. So I decided to use this browser, and I don't have most of the extensions here, so I'm just going to review certain things manually. That is if you need to do other stuff. So this is the interface we get, and then yeah, we can try doing some report stuff. Let's see if I can zoom in here. So, all right, this is okay. Yeah. So I can do admin. Let's see what happens. It says invalid logins. Let's try admin. Oh, password. That's password. Tells me invalid login. Let's try admin password 123. All right. And you can try doing the default stuff, okay, and then default credentials, and then see if you find it like last in any of them. Try to log into the system. But let's just check the source, the code, and see what's happening inside. So we can use the view source. I think there's something happening here. Let's go back to like this. Then we'll go back and view page source, just so we can see the source code here. All right. Let me zoom out of this one. Yeah. So viewing the source, there's just the form here. Okay, that is just the form, and right, so it ends here. And then there is an action which we don't know where it's leading to. And then this is just the form we have here. So nothing quite interesting here. But then before we even move on, let's start running our parsing tool. Okay. So I'm going to be using f hyphen u. Then I think this is the IP address. Mm, this is just how FFAP works. Okay. So you need to give it the URL. Then wherever you want it to brute force, okay, you put in the keyword fast. Yeah, wherever you want it fast, you put in the keyword fast. And then it's going to actually put in the words here. Then hyphen W for your word list. I'm going to be using the user share word lists inside the dev folder. There is big.txt. Yeah, then I hit enter so that this keeps running so that we can just keep on going on the website. Now, looking at the URL, realize it's a PHP. I don't know. Realize
Hello,
application. Yeah, hello.
the voice was breaking.
Yeah, someone called me. Yeah, I had a call. That's why. But can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
All right. So I'm saying that looking at the URL here, the last part, okay, where it gets the file, it tells us that it's a PHP application. So there's this login that's PHP here. So definitely we'll be working with a PHP application. All right. So that is one thing we know for sure that we are working with a PHP application. Checking our nmap scan results. We know what it's hosted on Apache server as the versions and the other stuff here. Let's check our directory before. Okay, so we have 403, 301s, and then this is the CSS file. Then we get a cloud endpoint, which is the 301. Okay, let's try this cloud endpoint and let's see what happens since we don't know the logins for the login.php. Okay, so let's try the cloud endpoint. So I just go back and then I can't zoom in on the URL, but what I'm doing is just adding cloud. Okay. Then I hit on enter and it sends me to this place. Okay, this interface where oh, all right, so I guess I have to go full screen. That's it. So zoom out. So it sends me to this page where it says there's a 5 minute file upload where I can upload files here. Okay, so like a cloud storage, I can upload files here, and then the files are going to be there for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the files are going to be wiped out from the storage platform. And it's not telling me that I can get the file itself, but it's asking me to what? Input. Let me see what I can do here about this. Alright, so I would expect. Alright, so I highlighted this one, so it's supposed to take me there. Yeah. So I don't know if I can zoom in on this for you. Alright, so just zoom in as for you to see. That is what's here, okay, at this side where you see that white filter. It says I should provide an external link, which means I'm not going to only just click on upload and then get the file, but I'm supposed to provide a link. Okay, so that this application will actually fetch the file from the link. So when I provide whatever link I provide here, the application is going to get the file from that link. All right, so now let's see what we can do. And now reading the button to here tells us that it says what upload images, and then we can only upload images here. Image we have the extension. I think the most common ones are the JPG and then the PNG extensions for images, which means we'd have to upload just JPG and then PNG first. Let's see how we can upload images here. We can't just use Google stuff. Okay, so let's see maybe if we can do stuff using Google. Let's go to Google, google.com, and let's search for alright. Alright, so if I copy this email address, let's see if I can paste it in here. Alright, so I've actually posted it there, okay. But then the size, the styling is not letting it become visible because it's actually like a gray color. If I can zoom in again for you, I don't know if you can see it. It's a gray color. Yeah, that is it. And let's see. I don't think this is even going to work because it actually got something else. So let me open this image in a new tab so that I can get this. Okay, it's the same thing I got. So I can just click on upload. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's not able to get the file to upload it, and it's which means I have to make like something that is local because with the try-hack boxes, you need to connect to them through a VPN, and then when you connect it, it sets up like a local network for you and then the box. So what I can do is on my machine, okay. So I think this is done. So what's that? This is the origin for something we're using now. So I can clear this. Now on my machine, I need to get set up a server, okay, that will host the image. So what I can do is to copy a particular image. So I can copy from my downloads directory this image to this file, sorry, this folder. Then I use a Python to save it. So I create a simple Python server. All right. So now I've been able to create a simple Python server that is going to serve my image, and not only the image, but everything inside the opacity folder. All right. So I go back to this side. I just put it here, this side. Then I type in the location. Okay, so HTTP. I need to get my IP address. All right. So this is my IP address. Copy it. Come in here. Paste my IP address. I don't need to add the port number since I'm saving it on the default port 80. Then I just input the name, which is faving.png. Think this is supposed to work. Then I hit on upload image. If it's successful, yes, yes. So it's able to get it. Now let's see what happens here. So in the server, there is a get request for the image I just saved right here. And then I come in here, and then my image has been uploaded. My image has been uploaded. If I zoom out, I think we'll get additional information. It's kind of a problem with the zooming. When I zoom, I can't scroll. Okay, but let me try viewing the page, inspecting, so that I can show you what's happening here. Let's come down here, right here. All right. Now, at the first part here, it says the image link. Okay, it says image link. So if you can see from this side, okay, it says image link. And it's giving us the location where the image is saved on our on the cloud platform. It said it's saved in what? The IP address, or let's say the host cloud images, and it's giving it the same name, the same name. So I think this is going to be like a bad practice if you are going to give it the same name that the user actually saved the file, and then giving them the location where it's saved is going to be like a bad practice, because that is what we are going to take advantage of. We will try to bypass whatever is happening here, and then we will get a reverse shell. But let's see. So it's giving us the location for cloud images, then save img.png. So that means we can copy this link and paste it on a different tab, and it's going to give us this image. Then the next one still talks about the HTML. Okay. So the HTML, which starts from the A tag or the anchor tag, which is in the corner here, that is the value, and all these things are set. Okay. So now we know that we can upload an image. And then when we upload the image, it's only anything we upload, but then since it's images, we can only upload. It takes only 5 minutes. So it will be on the server for like 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, it's deleted. But you can try other methods of, let's say, embedding let's say, our malicious script into the image. Okay. But what I did was just upload my PHP script. Okay. So let's try uploading a PHP script into the system. So come here, since I'm in the same folder, let me just zoom in. I think it's this way. Uh, let me use a new tab. And I can zoom in. So manual shell.php, just so I can get a reverse shell. But then I don't know any PHP reverse shell offhead, so I'm going to refshells.com to get a reverse shell. Okay. So I think I paste my IP address here. Let's use port 443. I normally like to use the well-known ports, like the ones that would be trusted by the system, just so I don't end up getting problems in my reverse shell. So I get to refshell.com. All I do is just put in my IP address, the port I want to be listening to. Then I copy this reverse shell code, come back to my nano. Oops. So I just paste it here. So I guess everything is pasted inside this text editor. Then I save it, and I set up my netcat. It's supposed to be this way. Yeah. My netcat listener on was 443, which I set when I was setting up the reverse shell. So now my netcat is listening on port 443 on, I think, all interfaces here. Then I come, I think it's still in the same server. So if I just list the items here, whereas my shell is here. Let me try uploading the PHP. Let's see what happens. Let's upload PHP. I think this is already uploaded. So let's come up here. So I just go back to cloud. And now it's still HTTP. I don't know if I remember my IP address, but it's supposed to be somewhere here. Alright, so I have my IP address here. Then I put in my IP address, then shell.php, and I hit upload. It says please select an image. It rejects the PHP. It rejects the PHP. That is where our problem lies now. We can upload files that have the .png extension or the .php extension, sorry, the .png or the .jpeg extension, but we can't upload PHP files. So that is when we can now try to look for how to bypass the filters. How do you bypass the filters? So we can check Patrick.
I think so. Nobody man.
I think my friends, you have your mic turned on. If you have a question. All right. So if you want to look for how to bypass the files and file upload the restrictions, you can come to Actrix. Actrix has a couple of them for you. Okay, it's back. Oh, I clicked on something. So, all right. So now, let me open my stuff with this one here. Once this thing goes, I just want to open the text editor report here and let's see something. Am am I returning? This is fine. Uh, oh, let's check this one. What happens if I do? Mm, all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it this. Okay. So my IP address, then shell.php. Okay. Now, the time the box was being tried, we realized that it checks the extension, that is the last part of the extension. So it checks the last part of the extension. So if I do .php.png or .jpg, it should work because it's going to check this. But then this wouldn't be able to execute as a PHP. It's going to be saved as an image file. Okay. So what I'll do is just to you can there are so many methods of bypassing, but use this hashtag, okay? So that I think it's like a comment, something like a way of a comment. So it will just ignore this. But then from the server, because it's checking only this part, it will just take it as if it's an image, okay? But then this hashtag will make sure that this part doesn't work, so that it doesn't convert whatever we are uploading as an image. So it just takes this off of it, and then even though it's going to be saved shell.php hashtag.jpg, it's not going to add this to the execution of this file. So this file still becomes a PHP file. If let's say this thing is back there. Yeah, so if we check the uh, I think there's some parts here where you are able to bypass it using other techniques. Otherwise, go too far. Yeah, I think you can use this one, these techniques. Okay, yeah, you can use any of these techniques to also do that. So just come to Hub Tricks and then read, and then you can play around with the examples they have here. Then whichever one works for you, you add it to your weapons and then you can use it in future attacks. But then let's continue. So that's what we are going to do. Okay. So we are going to give it that. So HTTP IP address /shell dot php. I don't see because I see shell dot php. Then the hashtag JPG. Right. So let's make that upload. Now it accepts it, and then if we come to our server, we realize it gets shell.php, but it doesn't add that hashtag or JPG to it. That is because we don't have any file like that. But then the server has accepted it and it's telling us that this is the link. So we just copy the link, come to a different tab and then just open it. So paste it here, open it. And well, let's see what happens in our terminal if we get a callback. That is, yes, so we get the callback. That is the ref shell here. Okay, yeah. So we have a shell on the box just by exploiting the file upload vulnerability that using just the hashtag to bypass it. So we get a callback, and now we are inside the box. So if I type in who am I? Who am I? Yeah. The www data. Okay. So at this moment, if you have any question, you can ask them. Then let's see how we can help you.
Oh, okay, Jeffrey. Since
Yeah.
we are working with power vulnerability, can you give us some ways that we could mitigate this power vulnerability since we are all learning how the mitigation methodologies or examples that we could implement as we are going along?
Oh, okay. So I guess I said something about the when it comes to the upload stuff. So what I've realized is that if you are going to be giving the user like this links, okay, fine. Maybe most of the times when you upload a file, you can just right click on it, and if it's an image, you can click on it, so open the image in new tab, okay. But then if you have a way to make sure that if you don't give the person this link, okay, sometimes you might display or they might see that okay images and they can just guess the file name because of the way they save it. Someone knows the name they save it and then they can just type in this, get their shell running. So you can decide that anytime you get a file from the user, you just rename it or like give it some random strings, okay, as the names. And then when it comes to the checking the file extensions, because of these things, I don't. Let's see how we can help. Okay, for now, I don't really know how you can safeguard against this bypass stuff by using the hashtag and stuff. But depending, because this one, the file, the system is actually checking for the trailing or the last. It's not checking everything. It's checking just the last, but the last part. Okay, that's the last extension. So if it's anything and then it ends in .jpg, it takes it and then it's just accepting it like that. That is why we're able to upload it. So if there is a way you can make sure that you are checking the entire string, or better still, let's see if Bennett has a way we can
Okay, well, what if we try to, the system has to check the content of the file, so it looks like he's just checking the extension and he's not even checking the
yes, checking
content.
only the extension. Yeah, so it's not checking the
Oh,
contents to yes.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, so it's you checking the content of the file itself. What if in a way the file has been obfuscated? How is the system going to detect?
So when you go about education, it's like you are trying to also bypass, a way to bypass some measures that have been placed. So that is what I know. So in that case, then it's not able to check the content and just going to either go ahead with it or probably drop it by saying, I don't really get the content or something. Like the way when you pass the PHP, it identifies that, okay, I don't get this extension to work with me. So upload an image file. So when he bypasses by introducing the .jpg, it said, okay, this is an extension that has been blacklisted from my content, so I can go with it. I think that's how it should work, unless somebody has a better explanation of how we can give that explanation to confirm her text.
So what if we are checking the I see if you're when you say checking the content, I was also thinking about checking the content type. You see, when we upload a file, it goes along with the
Mm-hmm.
content type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if we have this content type set, and then your system is to check the extension at the same time check the content type and then check the content itself. I think maybe we'll be able to do something about that.
Yes, with that, it will be able to refuse the bypass because it's checking the content and the extension to see whatever you are passing, is it matching whatever you are holding in there. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that could be a way to mitigate it too.
But I'm not just taking this like that. People are also trying their possible best to also bypass these things. So no matter how we try to make these
Exactly.
things work, yeah, they also try.
Exactly.
All right. Any other question?
Mm.
Any other question? All right. So in the absence of questions, I think I don't know if I'll be doing anything with the web interface here. I think most of the things I'll be
How do you
doing
get
will
a
be some.
selection?
How did I get a reversal? I uploaded the shell.php and then it was executed.
You just uploaded it and it got executed, or you have to execute it
Nah,
yourself.
yeah, I uploaded it, and then from here it's giving me the link to where the file has been saved. So I
Yeah.
just opened a new tab and then I pasted it here and then just hit enter. Since it's a PHP file, it will execute. I think PHP files are executed here, so it will execute. But sometimes there are other systems that will not execute the PHP file. They just bring you the contents to the web interface. But this one executed the sort of PHP. That is why, or that is how come we have the source here. All right, so I'm in the system as www data. Let's see what we can do about this to make it a bit nice. So Python 3, I can see import pty that's then dash what is going. Right, this one. Export then this one and for the screen. Alright. So now I'm inside the system's root directory, not actually the root user, just the root file system. I'm inside the root file system. And I'm www data. First of all, these are the things or these are the steps I normally go through. Or these are the things I do. Since I know this is where I am, that is somewhere here. Okay. Try to cut the contents of Etsy password. And I'm looking for things stuff like this, okay, then bash. I mean, that's how I put it in my mind that most of the things I see that is like then that has been bash at the end, and then I just have to check this side. If that's like it has this home applied to it, then it's definitely going to be a user on the system. So I see this one too. There's sysadmin here who is actually a user on the system. That is because it's inside the home directory. That is how I understand it. Because it's in the home directory, there's this one here, and then the person can also execute like bin bash. Okay, that is the sort the person can or has. Um, then looking here to there's this root user here. And then the user we are currently logged in is the www data, who is not actually a system owner or let's say a system user because I don't think they have this, they are inside this home stuff. So just something I'll check for. Then I start looking for other places where we can keep stuff. So when I'm logged in as www data, I try to go into the web directory. Let me go down www. I come here, then I go to HTML. All right, so from here, I guess these are the things we're seeing. So we saw index.php, which is going to be like the first page. There is logout, that is how you've been able to log in. Then there is a cloud. This is where we're able to upload our files. And there's login.php. I'll try, let's cut the content of login.php to see what we have in here. Alright, so just like the stuff we saw in the HTML. Trying to see if I can get any credentials. All right, so it says admin on cloud, root on cloud, administrator on cloud. I guess these are some logins here. So like we are trying to do, okay. So I think you can use admin on Cloud9 or root on Cloud9 or administrator on Cloud9 to log into the web interface. But now we already have a shell, so I don't think I'll have to go back. Maybe after some time I'll go back and let's see what we have there. So that is why I will actually cut this file to see if there are certain credentials. Most of the times you might get some stuff here. Okay. That is also bad habits by developers. Yeah. Don't be putting um, hard coded credentials inside your code. You can actually store them inside the environment variables. Yeah. You put them inside environment variables. Yeah. And have them. Yeah. So since that is all what we got, let's just go back to this side. Then let's see what we have into ls hyphen la shm. So in this place too, we can have stuff here. Okay, they are writable directory that I'm just checking. Writable directory. So like this, there's shm, which are writable directory. I think for everyone, everyone can write here. That's what I'm just checking. Then I check again in the temp folder. In the temp folder, to see if there's anything. Oh, there's nothing here. And then I check inside my OPT folder. All right, so nice. Inside the OPT, I said OPT would normally contain some custom tools, or let's say you install other tools you use like your personal use. Okay, you install certain tools whether you want to keep them somewhere. So most of the times, we will keep them in the OPT. Most people try to like to do that. So that is why other people would like to check inside the OPT directory. Checking into the OPT directory, we find this dataset.kdbx. Now, seeing .kdbx, let's see what .kdbx is. So if I go to my browser, and I think I'm just come here, let me type inside Google, what is .kdbx file? And I hit enter. Most of the times I use ChatGPT. All right, so even on the images tab, it tells us you see something like that says pass. But then let's go for so that we get the text instead of images. So on it tells us that the file extension literally means it's a key pass database. Okay, so it's a key pass database, which means it stores some information from I think what we call this key pass. So what is key pass? What's key pass? What's key pass? It doesn't give us anything about key pass. Actually, we can also search for key pass. Using what is known as so KeePass is an open source password manager. Nice. So it's a password manager. So it's going to be, I think, on the opacity system, they are using like a password manager that is used to manage passwords. And then the database that contains the password has been something like a backup, okay, by the sysadmin user into the opt folder. So we need to get access to this database or like this file just to see what we have inside. So what we do is to send this file into our normal or our own the host machine and then try to crack or let's say get access to it. Now with KDBX file, I think I've seen these files 3 times. What happens is when they come with some password protection, so you need to crack the password before you can access the contents of the file. That is why at first I said crack. So you can't just open them like that. So you need a key pass software to open it, but then it's going to ask for a password. So most of the time they come with password text. So you need to crack them. So what I'll do is set up a Python server here and then get this content, get the data set with KDBS. So I can just do the same thing I did in my machine. So Python 3 hyphen HTTP dot server. This time I don't have the port number and it's the server is just here. Okay. I'm going to use my shell after I'm done with this one, but then no problem. That's so I think I don't need this again, just so we can have space here. So I can use wget to get the staff back and run the IP address of the box 10.119.187. That's up 10.119.187 on port 8,000. Same port 8,000. What? Yeah, port 8,000 because that is what sticks here. So it has also set up this Python server on all interface listening on port 8,000. So BMW gets the IP address, the port number on port 8,000. Then I locate the KDBX file. It's inside the OPT directory and it's KD, sorry, it's data set.kdbx. I think it's that one. Is that it? Uh, it's the data set.kdbx. Oh my god. 10.10.118.1 or 119. That's why 119. And then we get it's been downloaded onto my system. So it's here. Now we would have to find a way to crack it because if I'm to open it, okay, let me use the KeyPass application here. This is KeyPass. I already have the application installed. Okay, KeyPass. Hmm. So I open the KeyPass application. It's loading. All right, so I think this is not what we want to open. On this side, I think it's this one like that. Oh, yeah. So desktop CTF. Have me opacity, then data set. Yeah. So it's loaded, but then we don't have a password. Even if I hit OK, it doesn't open. It doesn't open for me, which means because we don't have the password, we can't open the file. So you need the password to be able to open the key pass file. Yeah, go to load specific file. This one's also yeah. So let's close it. This is the application that is being opened. Let's just close it. So what's I normally do? There is a tool called key pass to John that will pass the key pass file to a John format and then sorry, John would crack it for us. Now John is a tool in Kali Linux, John the Ripper. So there's John here. So I open John and then so I just change my location to this side, right? Now I can use key pass to John. Let's zoom in. So I see what's happening here. So key pass to John. Then I pass in the file, which is data set, and I want to get the content and store it inside a file called maybe data.txt. So checking the start again, realize we have data.txt here. So I've been able to convert this ADBX file into a format that John can understand. Data.txt. So into this format, right? So this format. So now I can use John to crack whatever is inside or this content. Okay. All right. So then just clear the screen. Then I do John, then the file name, which is data.txt, and I specify a word list. Then I just use the rocky.txt, then I hit enter. What's it telling me? It says using default input loaded one password has no password has left to crack. Why? What is happening? I don't really know what's happening.
Try forget.
Is that mm, okay? John data.txt user share. Let's see. Let's see something. I guess I don't know. Oh, sorry about that. Tank was already cracked. I'm sure maybe that's because that's the reason it's doing this. But I don't think it's supposed to be doing this. It's supposed to tell me something I can start that show. But then since it's already well done, I think the hash is here. So just John. But then this would work. This would work. If you have yours, just John the file you send the content to them. Specify a word list and it's going to crack it for you. So now we know that this is the password for our KDBX file. So I copy it and then I can just do key pass to dataset.kdbx. And I'm going to run the key pass from the terminal. So it's going to open the application for me. Yeah, not in the terminal but it will open the application for me. So I think it's open and it's trying to it's loaded the file. Then I just paste in the password here. Then I hit OK. Yeah. So we hit OK and it's telling us that the title is but then we have user and the password. So the user is system admin. We still don't see the password here. But when we right click, it tells us that we can copy the password. So I'll copy the password on this side. Then this is something here. Let's copy the password again. Remember in our the first thing we did when we did the nmap scan, we saw the thing and I said that if we don't have username to let's say credentials, we don't try SSH. Right? Yeah. But now we know we have a username, sys admin, and the password of this. So I think we can copy. Alright, and then this is admin's password. That's from the keypass database here. So now we can try SSH. Okay. can try SSH. Now SSH is what we're going to do. So we just SSH the username at the IP, something like this. Then hit enter. Then you have to type in the password. Okay, that's how the SSH works. Okay. So let's do it. So SSH sys admin at that's the IP address again. Then 11187. Then 11187. And this will work. Then it will ask you to accept some stuff. You just hit yes. Then it will prompt you for a password. Then you paste in the password. And hopefully, if it's correct, yes, we get logged in as sysadmin to opacity. At least that is privilege escalation. Yeah, that's privilege escalation. Like we escalated our privileges to another user. So now we have stuff. We have access to this user. And then listing the the items. This is what we find. Now, mostly I've been saying that if I see sudo as admin successfully, mostly it's like good news for me, right? So since I know the password, I can just do sudo hyphen else. First one to check, then I paste the password, hit enter, and then like this is not good news. This is not good news. If this is the case, why this? They said that sudo as admin successfully, but then this user can't execute the sudo conditions on the opacity box. So that is actually a problem. So that means we would have to do certain things to find out how this user can become root, or what are certain misconfigurations, or what are other vulnerabilities in the system that can help us get to the root user. Now, any question at this point? Any questions? So confirm that you have a question.
No, please.
All right. So we have, I think, batch history here. Now this time, batch history isn't piped to dev now. So I think it's not root, it's sysadmin. So we can reach, why is this thing here? We can read batch history. That dash go underscore history. Okay, so it's okay. IP address sudo su. What's this guy trying to do? Let's run sudo su. So let's try sudo su. Let's paste in the password. Hey, you can't even run sudo, so I don't know why. But then it was worth trying. So everything inside this home directory, okay, the home directory of the sysadmin user is owned by sysadmin, except root, except scripts and the back, the double dots that will take us back. So if we move this directory, will take us back. So we're not really concerned about this one. But this script, so why does the root user have this folder inside our home directory? So at least we can check it out. So let's check what's inside script. So like there's a PHP file inside script, and then there is also a lib folder. So let's cd into the scripts. Just clear the screen and let's cut the script.php. All right. So just to see what we have here. Okay. Now, so this is where the script starts. So So we have this one, this script here. Now what this script is doing is it's requiring this file, the backup.inc.php, okay, backup.inc.php from the lib directory, which we found somewhere here. So I'll do this. So this lib directory is getting this backup.inc.php from here. Okay. Then it's going to zip. I think this zip data should be a function. So it's going to run this function. So it's going to get the script. So from home sysadmin scripts, which is a folder, it's going to get this scripts folder and then zip it and then send it to backup.zip. So it's going to zip this, send it to backups, and then it's going to store it as backup.zip. That is what I'm thinking. When it's done, it will tell you that it was successfully executed. So that is what this script does. So backup of scripts is admin folder. So it just backs up the scripts folder inside the sysadmin home directory. Then this is the code or the script that removes our files after 5 minutes. Okay, so after 5 minutes, we say it checks if there's an image, if there's this image directly inside the cloud directory, then it does this task on it. So this is what also removes our file after 5 minutes. Now, during the time I was doing this box, I went through like so many stuff. I went through so many things because I wasn't really looking at certain things. I was just doing stuff. Until I remembered one time I asked Sam for something and then he was telling me something. Then the time he told me that I didn't understand what he said. I still had it in mind. Now what he said was that there was a file inside a folder. Okay, now let me show you what that file is. So this file, okay, this file, backup.ping.php is inside a lib. So cd, or let's just list them. So okay. This is the backup.ping.php. If you want to get a reverse shell, okay, as root, let's see who this script belongs to. This script belongs to root, to this the root user. And based on the way the script is written from this side, it's going to perform a backup. So I'm suspecting there's going to be like there's a cron job on this machine, which is like a task schedule, okay, on this machine that runs at some time because this script is going to be executed every 5 minutes. So if it's every 5 minutes, that means this will also execute, and when it's done, this will execute. And it's owned by the root user, and I'm sure it's going to run as root. So if a system works or is running as a particular user, and then you have something inside that's the script, so like if this script is going to run as root, and then we have to put in our reverse shell here. Our reverse shell is going to be executed with root privileges, and then we are going to get root. But if we check the script file, I don't know if I checked it from this side, but let's do LL here. The script file is owned by the root user, and it's only the root user that has the read-write permissions. Any other person, which is now us, like we are now sysadmin, we only have rights permissions on this file. And any other person just has no permissions. So if you are any other person, you don't have any permissions on this file, so you can't do anything. Which means now, this is the script that is going to be executed on a regular basis. But then we can't write through it, which means we can't input here a malicious script that is going to give us a callback. But inside the script, you realize it's calling this file backup.in.php. Looking inside the lib, this backup.in.php is owned by root. Sorry, it's owned by root. and it's also in the group, the root user. And it's only the root user who has read-write permissions over this file. And then in the group, you can have only read, and any other person can have only read, which means still we can't do anything to any all the files inside the lib folder because they are owned by the root user. So just looking at this way, the time I was doing the box up was like, okay, so then I have to look for a different way of getting the favors, okay, or becoming root. So that's when I remembered what Sam said. He says there was a question relating to a different box that we did some time ago in the BRCTF that I asked him like, after the competition. I asked him how it was like. The particular user that we are logged into has read-write permissions over the folder that this file is in. So if you check inside the lib folder, you realize the lib folder is owned by sysadmin, which is our current user. And that sysadmin has what? Read, write, and execute permissions over lib. Then that is where our previous is, which means this sysadmin user can write into this directory, even though these files are owned by root. We can write into this directory because we are the owners, or let's say, we are the owners of that folder that the root has actually created these files. And then anyone inside the root group, that is why the root user can also create his files here. So what we are going to do is abuse this, okay, these permissions, create another reverse shell, a PHP reverse shell with the same name, so that whenever our script is being executed, when it calls this backup.in.php, since we've replaced this file with our malicious file, it will call our malicious file and execute the contents in it. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
But that's
clear.
what happens here. Yeah. So we are going to do that now. Okay. Now, let's see. So we have to be inside the lib. Okay, the lib. So let's just get inside lib. So cd lib, and then just I think we have nano. So I can do nano. Just anything up here. That's PHP.
Aren't you trying to override
Yeah,
the file in there
yeah.
to the
I'll
name,
do that.
or you change it
Yeah,
after? No, okay.
yeah. I'll change it after. I'm looking for my. Supposed to sign up. It's supposed to save it. So let's go there now. Find that this thing. Wow, that's a lot. Let's just see if we can work all this. It's not possible. I don't know why it's not working like that. But then I think I still I don't have it. Anyways, I can use a different application to get this. But uh, let's see. Alright, so it's here. So let's do this. So I copy everything. Go back into this place, right? Then I paste it here. Then I just change. I think I can leave the port number to 443 since it's I'm going to set up a different Netscat listing as well. I can just do this and then do that. So what I'll do is come back here, close this, color it, then set up this again. Then if I list the contents here, we have this file. So what I'll do is to now rename this file to become a backup.inc.php, and then we wait till we get the call back. So I do a mv hello.php to backup.inc.php. I think the spellings backup.inc.php. I think yeah, that's right. Then if that is what I want to do, am I supposed to type in yes? Yeah. So I do this. Now we have this backup.inc.php here, and we just need to wait and see if what we did would work. So let's hopefully it works. All right, so it worked. And now if I'm to do ID and then the who am I stuff, realize we are now the root user of opacity name of host. Oh, that's what host name. Yeah, host name. So we are now the root user of the opacity box, and then that brings us to the end of opacity. So now we are root on opacity. Any question?
No question. So basically, it looks like the routing of both you are using the permissions in a particular
Yeah.
direction. Okay, that's fine. I don't have a question. Please, if you have any question, Caesar, do you have any question? Mr. Clement, do you have any question? Okay. I don't think we have any question. Then, if that's all, we'll end today's session here. And we hope to see you on next week. And Jeffrey, thanks for having us today too. Thanks for the effort.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, Sido is back again. Sido, do you have any questions for us? Do you have any questions for us? Any suggestions? Something that you want us to add up to the session? Oh, cool. You are joining the
But
you are joining the party at the end. But thanks for coming. So at the end, we'll see you next week too. And that's all for the evening. Cool. I hope you are doing well. Can you hear me?
I think Kula likes to text in
Hello.
the chat, so if you wait for some time, he will type in the chat.
Come again.
Kula mostly types in the chat section, so yeah.
Oh, okay. He's a party, so party with us. I'm fine, thank you. I'm very, very fine. Oh yeah, you actually missed it. But anyway, I think we have a recorded session, so you can just go over that then. Oh, Jeffrey, do you want to say something else before we close?
Nah, for me right now, I don't have anything to say.
Okay, Mr.